Welcome back to Limbus Company, Daily Mirror Dungeon. We're going for an interesting team here. It's all about the funny, the funny live stream from a little bit earlier. I'm recording this a few hours after that happened. I didn't get back to sleep after it because I was just too busy thinking. We'll take that, sure. But yeah, so I've got a team based on that. In case you're wondering what the team's looking like, we got these two. Because these are the two that, like, were overwritten by the skins in the one part of the thing. And then we got the four sinners who are getting the Arknights, egos. But we're just getting the base versions. We're just bringing the base IDs for those sinners. And there we go, that's the team we're running today. It's gonna be a very much, talking kind of day, I will say, that's for sure. Because there's a lot to talk about, that's for sure. Got a lot of various thoughts on the live stream. We got shown a lot of stuff, a lot of cool stuff. Some stuff that's a little worrying, but overall probably is gonna be fine, right? That's how it usually goes. Not worth being super, like, pessimistic about stuff that we're not exactly fully sure of the repercussions yet, right? Although, you know, might be a good idea to be a little pessimistic regardless. But we'll see. I am optimistic. But yeah, let's see. Next week, Deviat Sinclair. I mean, Deviat Sinclair, we're getting him next week. He just kind of looks like a Deviat ID, right? He looks like he's going to be the same as Rodion, but mono blunt instead of mono slash. Instead of his, like, Polonidva, I don't know, I had so much trouble. I'm kind of distracted because I didn't get very much sleep last night. As you could probably imagine, I was excited. His, instead of pulling out, like, sharp, like slicey things like Rodion's, his just kind of becomes, like, more of a blunt weapon. It just, like, gets more... I don't know how to describe what happens to it. It, like, turns into... It's like a hammer. It's just a massive hammer. So his definitely going to be mono blunt, which means, you know, mono blunt ID competing with Grip Sinclair. We'll see. We'll have to see how good he is for Rupture. I think it's definitely an ID where, we need to see some of the numbers, I think. And some of the gimmicks, really. More so than the numbers. The Rupture, mainly. We'll see. But on top of that, randomly, we are getting a, Clockwork Time Roly-Poly Ego for Heathcliff. That's the Abno that gives the bell in Mirror Dungeon. That's very interesting. It's definitely probably going to be like a Tremor. I think it's a he, right? So it'll be a he going in the same slot as Heathcliff's, like, Telepole and Yasunyata. Both solid egos, but I don't know if either of them are anything that are, like, irreplaceable, right? Yasunyata is nice for sanity. Telepole Corrosion is really funny for, like, damage, but that's about it. We'll see. It'll probably just be Tremor, though. It'll probably be Ufi Heathcliff synergy. No clue what, though. Maybe it'll be another, like, amplitude conversion type? I don't know about that. Or I guess probably entanglement, if anything. But I don't know. Like, if it would be, like, a way to get, like, decay going on command or something, I could see it, but at the same time, not fully sure how useful that would be. We'll see, I guess. I don't know. Not fully sure what they'll do for that. Tremor's in a really weird state right now. I'm not fully sure, what my thoughts on it are at the moment. But we'll see. Yeah, that'll be cool. And we're also getting Mirror Dungeon 5 next week. Very fun stuff. It's going to be like Mirror Dungeon 2 and 3. It's getting broken into two parts. We're just getting normal and, like, part of the stuff with the first update, and then the week after we'll get the rest of the stuff, including hard mode. Yeah, that's interesting. Unfortunately for me, though, I am going to be away for Thanksgiving from, like, Tuesday to Friday, so I'm not going to be able to do Mirror Dungeon 5 until Saturday, probably. I'll, like, stream it, though, or something, probably. I'll see how it's looking like Monday, right? Yeah, that's unfortunate. It looks like they're doing some interesting stuff with it, though. Like, you can get duplicate ego gifts. Their effects don't stack, unfortunately. It would be funny if they did, but it just means that, like, you can get, like, duplicate Avenos and stuff like that. Like, all you can do with the duplicates is, like, sell them or use them for fusion gifts, which is fine. Seems like it's a good solution to a big issue with, like, launch Mirror Dungeon 4, that being running out of EU gifts in certain pools. And that was a bit of an issue from time to time. Caused some issues and, allowed for a little bit of too easy access to Lunar Memory. Which, you know, not good, because Lunar Memory is kind of stupid, right? A little stupid. Just a little. Yeah. Let's see, what else are they changing? We're gonna get a couple new floors, some new events, some new EU gifts, the normal type of stuff, right? Every fight's gonna be a chain battle, of course. They're doing the thing once again where they're making normal into a 5 floor, and they're gonna see how people feel about it. Which they've tried a couple of times by now, but, I don't know. I think the 4 floor fits so much better than 5 floors for normals, right? And they also mentioned, like, they mentioned some, like, ideas for the future they want to implement, like, eventually. One of them being, like, the ability to, like, keep on going infinitely. Which is a funny idea. I probably wouldn't mess with it too much. Just because infinite runs, daily. A little bit much, I'd say. A little bit much. But it's definitely funny for various challenges. See just, like, how far... That's not something that's being included on release, though. That's one of the things they plan for, like, later down the line. Also, like, achievement mission things where you can potentially get rewards for doing various things. No clue exactly how that'll turn out, but simple enough. Another cool change they're planning for the future is, like, special free IDs that you can use temporarily in Mirror Dungeon. Like, it's the kind of change that's really good for benefiting, like, newer players, but, like, from time to time they'll make it so, like, oh, you can use this ID that you don't have for free in, like, Mirror Dungeon, like, a little bit. Stuff like that, which is a very good change, that's for sure. I think that is very good for the game. It's already kind of rough for new players, in general, because, well, it's hard, it takes a while before you can build your first, like, proper status effect team, and that's what Mirror Dungeon Hard really wants you to do. So it can be rough when you don't have that as an option yet. Yeah, that'll be a cool change. Think about more stuff that's actually, like, in the game, that they're actually doing, though. Because that's, like, the missions, the, free ID stuff, the, infinite thing, those aren't, like, going to be in on launch, right? Those are stuff they plan on doing later down the line. So we'll see. Some of the other changes. I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, normal and hard are being, like, converged into one, and you can, like, any time during your run, you can press a button and switch it to hard permanently for the rest of the run. Very weird sounding. Not sure how it's gonna work. Maybe if you're having a normal run, you're like, you know what, I feel like I can go with the distance. You can just change it to hard, like, floor 3 or something. Sounds weird. Could be an interesting way to do it, though, but, I don't know. Hard mode also had, like, better shops, apparently. Like, you could get more skill changes, you could get more, ego gifts, stuff like that. Like, you just get better shops straight up in hard mode, so... There's some benefits, I like that, I like that. Also, like, you can get different fusion gifts, potentially. You can fuse up to 5 ego gifts at once. Sounds kind of crazy. Oh yeah, new fusion gifts, that's another thing they're going to be changing with this one. I think a lot of the big fusion gifts are going to be changed to require more parts. No, they mentioned, like, smaller fusion gifts that you can then fuse together to get the big ones. So, like, maybe it'll be something like for, like, maybe, like, for, like, the bleed one, instead of it just straight up being, like, smoke and wires and rusted muzzle, maybe smoke and wires and rusted muzzle creates, like, a weaker fusion gift. And then if you take, I don't know, like, what's another random example? Like, the rusted knife and, like, arrested him and, like, fuse them together, you get the other tier 3, or you get the other, like, smaller fusion gift. And then if you fuse both of those smaller fusion gifts together, then you'd actually get, Bloody Mist, right? Something like that? That's how I think they're trying to, like, set it up as. Not fully sure, though. Sounds like a cool way of doing it. I like the idea of fusion gifts taking a little bit more effort, because, they're kind of a little too easy to get off going now, it feels like. For something that's supposed to be super strong. Oh yeah, shops and rest stops are being merged into one thing instead of being separate things. That's also good. Kind of has felt like a weird thing for a while now. Yeah. A lot of cool stuff from Mirror Dungeon 5, I gotta say. Sounds cool. It's a really shame it'll take me a little bit before I can experience it for the first time, you know. Having to go, like, 3 days, like, before I can actually, like, see it is gonna be rough. I'll just need to go drive for a little bit, you know. 3 days no Limbus Company, and it's just the one SpongeBob, like, clip of him needing the water. I don't need it. I don't need it. And that's only, like, the first 2 things, like... I've still got a lot to say, because it's a lot of info was given, right? And the craziest thing is, like... So, like, next week is gonna be, Next week is Debbie S. Sinclair and, I keep forgetting the name of the ego. It's the Clockwork Time Roly-Poly ego, though, for Heathcliff. That's next week. The banner after that, though, we're just getting Sancho Dawn, like, then, right? Like, we're getting it super early this season. Which, honestly, yeah, that's a really good change. I don't know, they build up a lot of hype for the big seasonal egos, but, like, I feel like it kind of works against them to a certain level. Because, like, by the point they've released, like, their Kanto's been, like, done for... Like, their Kanto was finished, like, 3-4 months ago. And so it can feel good. Them doing it, like, this feels like a perfect time to do, like, the big season. Like, it's been, like, a month and a half since, like, the conclusion of the Kanto. Like, it'll have been, like, a little bit by then already. So, like, that sort of thing. And, I don't know, sounds good. She's gonna have some weird gimmick where, like, her skills change if she's paired alongside the Blood Fiend trio. So she, like, actively gets, like, different skills for being with them. Like, if she's alongside Barbarotis, her skill 1 changes. If she's alongside... Or no, if she's wrong Barbarotis, her skill 2 changes. If her on Priest Gregor, her skill 1 changes. Dulcinea Rodian, her defensive skill changes. So it gets a little stronger. It plays into the fact that, like, they kind of briefly mentioned this Kanto, right? Where Sancho's the one who, like, made their weapons. She was, like, the expert at, like, that sort of thing. So, like, she's knowledgeable about their weapons and stuff. Cool gimmick. So you can still use her without running, like, the Blood Fiend trio, but if you run her with Blood Fiend trio, she gets benefits. Usually it's the other way around, right? Like, usually it's super strong, like, ID buffs its allies, rather than allies buff super strong ID. Cool little reversal. Curious to see what else they do with her. Because we've got no clue what her skill 3 is going to be, like, exactly gimmick-wise. I don't know, sounds like fun. Sounds like fun. There is a big issue, though, with her, and I say big, it's not the biggest deal. I just think it's... I think it's iffy, but it makes a lot of sense. Seasonal IDs from now on are not going to be shardable for the first week. We don't know for sure if this just means the big seasonal IDs or, like, all seasonal IDs, but, like, for the first week, they can only be gotten through extraction, and a week later, you can shard them. So if you want to get them, you know, sooner rather than later, you do need to do extractions. I think it makes enough sense. I think it's very unfortunate, but, like, for the big IDs, it makes sense. But, like, if you're gonna do that for, like, I don't know, like, if had to, like, something like, you know, like, early, like, season IDs, right? Like, is it gonna happen for, like, event IDs, too? Are you not gonna be able to get event IDs? Like, we don't know exactly the extent Kim Jae-hoon was talking about it for. We know it's going to be the case for Dawn, most likely, but... Will it be every seasonal, for, like, seasons, every, like, seasonal, like, event stuff? Like, I don't know. I think it's fair enough to do, like, for, like, the big season egos, but... Or season IDs, but... I don't know. Like, Kim Jae-hoon was very upfront about it, though, which I do really respect. He was like, we're doing this so we can get more money. Like, he straight up was just saying that. He was saying that he has much more ambitious plans, and, you know, they kind of need more money if they so desire to attain those ambitious plans. Like, he kept on talking about wanting to make an anime, which would be really cool, that's for sure. So, you know, I'm fine with it, I think. As long as it's in moderation. I don't want to have to pull for, like... Don't make me, like, pull for, like, Sank Merso, right? Like the less interesting seasonals. I'd be fine with, like, some of them, I guess. Like, Dulcinea Rodion would make sense, I guess. Stuff like that. Or, like, pull or wait a week, right? It's an option thing. You can choose which option sounds more appealing, I guess, right? Sure. That's fine. We'll press on, I think. We got some events now. This guy. Let's see if we can find Clockwork Time roly-poly sometime around here. Actually, Clockwork not on this floor, is it? Because this is Kanto 4 floor. Yeah. So it's gonna be Mirror Dungeon 2 Abnos. Clockwork Time roly-poly is Mirror Dungeon 3 Abnos. So best odds to find it would be like on like a Tremor floor, on like an Envy floor, on like a Mirror Dungeon 3 floor, or I should say Kanto 5 floor, but you know what I mean. Something like that. So maybe we'll find it. Who knows? Yeah. And then after Sancho, another big thing they're introducing is reruns of old events. Most notably the ones from Kantos 5 and 6. Or I should say seasons 3 and 4. Those mid chapters were unvoiced, right? But they're gonna be rerunning them with a hard mode and with it like voiced, right? So you can actually like go through it again. It'll be a little bit harder to do. I think it's just gonna be levels, but like it's still something. It's to like give you incentive to like replay it, that sort of thing, which is cool. And it'll also include new ego/IDs depending on the one. The one we're obviously going to be getting December. The first one that was unvoiced, that of course being Miracle in District 20. We'll get that voiced. It said it's coming with 2 egos, so it'll probably just be 2 holidays, I'd assume. Be kind of crazy to have 4 holidays though, so like I don't know. Maybe they'll throw a curveball and it'll be like, oh, here's a Christmas as well, which is like Rudolta's ego, something weird like that. I could see it. Guess we'll see, right? Don't really think anyone can say for certain as to what they'll do. A lot more holidays would definitely be odd. That's for sure. It's not a super interesting ego. I mean, it's funny. I think both the holidays have really fun animations, especially like Heathcliff Corrosion. And wait, I like their animations a lot. Effect-wise, they're kind of lackluster, although Otis is being an SP heal is nice to have. I don't know what else they'd do, though. Not really anything else they could do for Christmas unless they did, like, Christmas or holiday egos. I do think there's a decent chance we do get random Christmas, though. What's the difference between Christmas and holiday? Good question. Christmas is probably more lackluster. Maybe one of them will have a sled. And that'll be the Christmas ego. Could happen, I guess. I don't know. That'll be interesting, but, like, for certain, it's uncertain whether or not, like, other reruns will have, like, IDs or egos. They said something about prioritizing egos, but might do IDs for various things, and it really feels likely that we'll get IDs for a few of them, especially. But, of course, after that rerun, we're gonna be getting the actual first Kanto of the season. That being, like, what is it, like, LCB Wellness? I don't remember its name. I kind of forgotten already, but it's all about, like, the sinner is taking, like, a wellness check to make sure that they're like, doing fine mentally and stuff. That's it. They've been stopped by, like, Limbus, like, headquarters, like, some actual Limbus thing itself, and they're going to be tested or something. Very decent chance we see Moses and the rest of LCD. I don't know. Maybe not, but, like, if there's something about them, like, being measured to make sure they're not going to, like, distort or something. So, like, of course they gotta have Moses for that. They gotta have LCD there. Which means that we could end up getting, like, LCD, aka Distortion Detective IDs from that event? I don't know what else we would get other than, like, random Limbus stuff. Maybe we'd get, like, LCCA, since we don't have any LCCA, well, we have 3 LCCBs. Maybe we'll end up seeing Saud again and, like, Pilot, right? We know Saud's alive, we haven't seen her since she died, quote-unquote, but Pilot also is alive, so like, I could see them showing up as well. Kaiman might show up again. Sure, right? Random Limbus people. Could happen. I think Distortion Detective, I might be coping, but it's possible. And after that event, though, we're getting Railway 5, and it's going to be Railway 2 Electric Boogaloo, basically. They're going to be taking the whole idea from Railway 2 Mobius about, you know, going in, like, loops and that sort of thing, and improving it, making it better, I think. Making it a lot more bearable, right? Which I think they can do. Kim Jae-in made, like, a joke about, like, wow, I know how much you guys loved Railway 2. Something along those lines, so, like, they're aware that Railway 2 wasn't super liked, but they want to try the idea again, but just make it better, and, you know, I'm down, right? I think it could be cool. And it's called Merry-Go-Round. In this merry-go-round in a circle I run. It's so much fun leaving reality. So, you know, so on and so forth, right? Very decent chance we end up fighting some big Kanto 7 bosses in there. Would be real funny if it was the final boss, just saying, right? Like, it's not like it's, like, never happened before, right? Both Railway 1 and Railway 3 included their the recent Kanto's final boss in them. So it could happen, just saying. I don't know, that's the kind of the pattern so far, it's every other Railway, so... Maybe. Feels like it would fit too well to not show up, but at the same time, it feels like it would be a weird fight to see in a Railway. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. We didn't get told anything beyond that, though, since it's still a ways away. This is the point where we're getting to the stuff that's, like, gonna be, like, January, February-ish, so, like, stuff that's a lot less set in stone. We're probably gonna get a lot of random, like, Season 0 stuff in the middle of some of these later ones. We're not fully sure, like, there's gonna be some banners in the middle, of course. Dongback, yeah. It's fine. Need to actually think at least a little bit for this fight. And by that, I mean, it's good enough. I've really not been thinking at all this run, in case you're wondering. I've been too distracted mentally by all the revelations. Yeah, and I believe after Railway 5 is going to be the Blade Lineage rerun. Yield My Flesh, Claim Their Bones rerun. They're going to be doing that one again, voice, which means we're going to have a voice for, like, Kim and all those sort of fun people. Which is fun, right? Seems cool. For that one, they specified EGOs or IDs as, like, what they're going to include with it. So they're going to have new stuff, but I think there's a pretty solid chance that we get, like, Kurokumo. Like, if we get, like, Kurokumo, like, Ishmael and, like, Heathcliff, I could see that being what we get. Or, like, there's a decent chance it's, like, one of them and then, like, a random ego, right? I've seen some people talking about maybe, like, Crumbling Armor ego, which I think that's, like, the only one that really makes a lot of sense. Or it might pull, like, a... Oh. That's unfortunate. Should not have gone for that clash. That's a lot of blooming for a lot of people. I maybe should be thinking a little bit more. Oh, well. We don't lose this clash, so we're probably chilling. No one got to 5 blooming. 4 3s on some people. That's alright, as long as the evade doesn't hit anyone too roughly. That's okay. But yeah. I think, like, Crumbling Armor would be the... I don't know, they make the most sense to ego for the event, but, like... I think there's a decent chance we just don't get an ego and just instead get Kurokumo stuff. Get a proper Jun ID, since for some reason the Gregor ID is not Jun. It's some random other guy from Kurokumo. Which is a detail that was lost in translation, but I digress. That'll be cool. Oh yeah, we're also going to be getting announcers with... I forgot to mention that with the Miracle one, yeah. We're going to be getting announcers as well. And there's certainly some funny announcers, because with the Miracle event, we're going to be getting gnome announcers. Just all the gnomes. Which is certainly something. No. Do not want to clash you into that immediately, that's for sure. You like Fluid Sacket. You'll go last, so that should work. We'll kill everyone with a Yusung. That'll be fine. You're getting dodged a little bit? Yeah, that's okay. More blooming for you, yippee. We're chilling. But yeah. And of course, after the Blade Lineage rerun, we'll be getting the second mid-chapter of the season. Really seems like it's going to be, like, near the end. Like, a lot closer to the end than any other mid-chapter has been. But I'm not fully sure. I say that, but there's probably going to be a few weeks. But it's going to be the Sweeper mid-chapter. We're going to be seeing some Sweeper stuff. That'll be cool. We don't know too many of the details. They're in some sort of building. Night in the Back Streets happens. It'll be cool to see them. A lot of fun stuff they could do with Sweepers, I'd say. So yeah, we'll see that. Sweeper IDs would be cool to get, and we probably will get them to some degree. I feel like it would be hard to not get them, and I'm curious how they go about doing them. See, dual time, yeah. Enjoy fighting Ring Song. That's all I'm gonna say to you, buddy. Pal. 'Cause I think the Yi-Song status effect bit still applies in this fight, yeah. I'm pretty sure it still does, despite the Mirror Dungeon version, like, removing some various things. Yeah, if Yi-Song is talking about gains 1 attack power-up, which does not matter. Cool. But yeah, so Sweeper event, that'll be fun. And of course, after Sweeper event, all that's going to be left is the next Kanto, right? I've forgotten the name. How did I forget the name? Kind of an important detail, isn't it? I can pull it up real quick. Oh, you're staggered. Okay, cool. We'll kill you first then, before I worry about that stuff too much. You're very dead, so, you know, we'll just do it. We'll just hit you a little bit, and then you should implode immediately upon yourself. As one does, you know. Yeah, the Surrendered Witnessing. That's what Kanto 8 is called. Surrendered Witnessing. Very interesting name. I haven't seen people delve into that name too much. It's definitely got some deeper, like, meanings that I'm not fully aware of, but definitely very interesting. Oh, whoops. Oh god, I'm pressing every button that's the wrong one. Yeah. That'll be cool. That's like the roadmap for the season, though. We're gonna get some random Season 0 banners here and there, of course. Wouldn't be surprised if it goes on for long enough that we end. Oh, I forgot about Walpurgis entirely, didn't I? Huh. Well, that was silly of me. Yeah, Walpurgis is going to be, I think, after Miracle... Yeah, after Miracle Rerun, but before the first mid-chapter, we're getting Walpurgis. Can't believe I forgot it, because it's going to be cool. Because we're getting Full Stop Office. Lue 3-star for Hong Lu, and a Tamaki 3-star for Heathcliff by the looks of it. And also Magic Bullet Ego for Otis, I think? That's what was being said? I'm not fully sure. Let's get a good skill change. Not you. Someone who can actually use. Gregor, you know what? You can take the skill change. Pally. Why did you take Imitative Gen? I don't know. I'm going crazy. Why not? Yeah, can't believe I forgot Walpurgis. Yeah. Certainly wonder what we'll end up fighting alongside, the Walpurgis. It'll probably be some other random, like, Keterab, or not Keterab, Ruina Abno. Probably a Yasad one if they're gonna be going in order. Since we got fairies, I guess Singing Machines, probably the most likely. Maybe we'll fight Funeral, though, right? Funeral could be cool. Fry Shoots could also be really cool, but you don't fight Fry Shoots himself in Ruina, so I don't think they'd do it. Unless they did, like, the Realization version. I don't think we're getting Realization, like, fights soon, which is a shame. Would be a lot of fun to get those, but I also understand why we're not. Maybe they'll lean into the bit since we have Full Stop and make it a Church of Gears fight. That could be funny. When it ends, you know, you just see Argalia. And then you just shoot him, and then you lose no matter what. But it still counts it as a win, but like it's like a forced loss, right? I don't know. I don't think that'll be the case, but it'd be cool if we got non-Abno fights as our Ruina Walp stuff. There's a lot of potential for funnies there. Mostly later on, though, right? Hard to think of anything like around that row that would be very good for a Walpurgis fight. Since Walpurgis fights in general kind of about like being like, I guess like the Lopper ones are all about being like swarmed with enemies, or that was a Dawn. I guess that's not consistent. I don't know. Maybe the consistency is there is no consistency, and I'm looking too deep into a part that really isn't worth looking into. I think that's pretty likely to be the case. Carmilla? Absolutely. I'll take it. Definitely, Carmilla's definitely showing up in next Railway. They're going full in the carnival theme, so like, yeah. Or I should say, 400 Roses, but yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah. And of course, the big, there's some other stuff. Actually, before I get to that, skins. Another thing that they mentioned, and it's the reason why I'm running Ring, Yisong and, Barber Otis. They're working on it right now, so it's not going to be like, it doesn't have a date or anything like that, and we don't know if we'll ever get them. But the idea of skins for IDs, like being able to switch your ID's skin while still have the functionality of another one, Like, in the example, like, they had it, so, they were using Barber Otis, but with a Magic Bullet skin. So, like, for skill 3, it was just Magic Bullet firing 4 times alongside those 4 coins. But it was still, like, effectively just Barber Otis with, like, a different skin on, right? It's like appearance rejected from Ruina, yeah? Quite literally all it is. Which, seems really cool. Yeah. And like they showed the idea of certain things like we could get skins for that we don't have IDs for, right? They showed Son Yisong there, which they said was an ID they wanted to do at some point, but it's kind of too late for it just because Son's like a really early enemy. And it feels too late to do it unless they were to like bringing back an actual story stuff, like Streetlight Office stuff, which is a shame. Would be cool to see Streetlight, but yeah, it makes sense. I think it's cool, right? I don't know. I feel like for a lot of... I think for most of the time, like, I don't know why I'd ever want to use, like, Barbara Otis with Magic Bullet skin. Unless I wanted to be funny, which I guess is a reason in itself. But, like, skins that allow us to use, like, things that don't have fully set IDs, that's fun. I like that. And I think they just mentioned, like, you'd have to, like, unlock the ability to do so with shards, I think. Which, certainly something. Not sure if, like, the actual skins that were, like, skin-only skins would also be shards, or if they'd end up being, like... I don't know, if they'd end up being, Oh, okay. I guess, like, if they'd end... what am I trying to say? If they'd end up being, like, something you could only get from extractions. Like, rarely, right? Like, you'd get, like 2-star skins or something. You have a chance of getting, like, a 2-star skin from certain pulls or something. And it counts as like a Yisong's 2-star, but it's a skin only. I don't know, that could be really rough for people who are just starting, though. Maybe it would need to have like a different like pull chance entirely. Because imagine pulling like an identity and like imagine pulling a 3-star skin, right? Like you can't even use it for functionality. Imagine starting the game, you pull like a 3-star skin. Wow, you've got like a Mars skin for I don't know. I don't know who'd get Mars skin for like Gregor, sure, yeah, Mars skin for Gregor, and then you'd just like have you'd have a 3-star skin that isn't helping you whatsoever because well it's just a skin. That would suck. I don't know. It might be something you just need to, you can like craft with shards or something, right? With Yisong shards, I guess Gregor shards in the example I was giving, something like that. Yeah, I think it's cool and all. Means that like even weaker IDs can like maintain relevance forever by just using their skin. I think it would be really funny for stupid bits though. Like imagine being like, oh yeah, I'm running a full N-Corp team. But then you realize that Grosshammer Merceau is actually just like Sank Merceau, just wearing Grosshammer Merceau's Grosshammer Merceau's skin. God. Do a little bit of that. A little bit of damage. A little bit of damage. Just for funsies. Yeah, it's cool. But yeah, actual big elephant in the room though. Arknights crossover. That is coming sometime like in like almost in like a little under a year from now. It's like they said like September, October-ish of next year. So it's a ways away. But they're going to do like 4 crossover egos? Like 4 sinners, of course. The sinners I have got selected here, right? Faust, Honglu, Ishmael, and Gregor are each going to get an ego. Answering that it's egos instead of IDs, but like their justification given was because IDs can get power scaled out. Egos are supposed to remain like relevant forever, ideally, potentially. They're supposed to be free from power scaling, so that's why they're doing it. Maybe they'll do like a synchronization thing. I don't know if they will. It'll be like a special attack thing. But that's cool. I don't know very much about Arknights. Also getting like an announcer, I think. No IDs is definitely interesting, but it makes sense. And it is also only a one-way crossover, so like there's no Limbus stuff being brought to Arknights apparently. I think one of the people who works on Arknights like confirmed that apparently. I saw some stuff on it. Which is a shame. Would be cool, but definitely PM's there's definitely a reason for it. I'm not sure why, but definitely some degree of reasoning. Who knows? Really, I would have thought their issue would be bring other things into Limbus rather than bring Limbus into other things, but maybe it was something on Arknights' side. And if nothing else, oh yeah, the one issue with it is it going to be a exclusive timed event, right? If you don't get them, you might never get the chance to get them because it's a crossover thing. It's not stuff that PM owns, so it's not completely up to them to make it available forever theoretically, right? That definitely sounds scary because if they end up being really good and you could just never get them, that would be so awful. Hopefully it's a long event period. Hopefully they just mean it'll be there for an entire season or something at least. I don't even know if they'll be shardable, right? Who knows? Who knows? Final boss time? Yeah. That's Centipede. Should be good. Yeah. I think that's most of the stuff covered. There's some minor things here and there I skipped over, like Millie concert thing. It's only in Asia, so it doesn't appeal to me too much, right? That'll be next year. And then pop-up stores and showing up some cons and stuff like that. Cool stuff. Overall, yeah, I've spent the entire time just talking about. I had a lot to say though, right? And I probably skipped over some things, honestly. Just because there's a lot to talk about. And I've been overwhelmed. I just use this as an opportunity to, talk about stuff, right? Run a really bad team and talk about stuff. What more could you want to do? Well, we could kill the Centipede. That's something else I want to do. I'm just one-siding it because, we're staggering it. I'm killing you. I'm killing you. Probably. Ring Song, at least, is going to be our Knight Shining Armor. We'll get hit by the other part, but that's fine. Because that's the head. That's the part we're ignoring. Single Pointism goes first, yeah. And that's our big damage dealer. That's our cow right there. And he is being milked. We'll actually clash now, I think, though. Yeah, fine. Ugh, fine. I'll clash. If you insist me. Should we need something that can actually win that clash? Oh, we've got nothing that can win that clash, do we? Oh. Well then, we'll ignore that clash, I think. Ishmael's clashing, that's good enough. We're just gonna hit you for a bunch of Unga Bunga damage numbers right now. Because that's what matters in the end. We've got Wound Clearance, so this thing's part's gonna be at 99 bleed, so if you do end up, surviving for too long, that won't be an issue. You will bleed out immediately. You're gonna have some self-charge, unfortunately. You're definitely gonna do a little bit of revivaling. That's fine. 200 HP, yeah. If we go all in one-sided, though, we might be able to stagger you before you can gain any more self-charge, because it's on use, right? Try something like this, see if it works. If not, you'll bleed to death, but I'd really like it if you didn't get a chance to get any more self-charge. I didn't see how much self-charge you have. Okay, well, you definitely are doomed, though. Yeah, you're not surviving all this. Yeah, that alone was enough. Okay, cool. So the rest of these attacks are just kind of for fun. You're at what? I don't know. Is it gonna be... Was it 5 self-charge or something? Double to 10, maybe? I didn't actually check that. I didn't see the number. I'm not sure which attacks we let through and which attacks we didn't let through. Oh no, it was 4 self-charge, so it's at 8. Okay, cool. Well, that works. Shield bash. Chop up. Even if we lose some clashes here and there, we're gonna be fine. We've got some good clashes, so we're fine. That's for sure. I can see which one we're clashing against here, but, we win this clash, and I think we already win, right? Because we walk up to you, and then you explode. Oh, no, we do need to win more on our clash. Okay, that's fine. Faust gets hit, but then we walk up with Honglu, and then now you die. Okay, cool. That's more like it. If I had additional clash against the other part, I think we actually could have caused the death to come without Faust being hit, but she's fine. There we go. That's my epic, anniversary, Project Moon 8th anniversary event inspired run. Where we've got, the 4 base IDs for the people. How did you manage that when no one else did? I'm actually kind of shocked. What? Okay. You know what? Base Gregor's goated, I guess. I think he was just so slow that he never got the chance to clash, if I had to guess, because he does not clash that well. But, you go goat, I guess. My bad for sleeping on Base Gregor, one of the strongest IDs in the game. That's fine. Oh, I didn't do my Lux... I completely forgot. I haven't done my Lux Evasions. Oh, I need to do that. I'll do my Daylight Pulse first. I'll just do those off screen, of course. I've been I've been a little busy, you know, since yesterday, so I haven't had the chance to do them yet, and I completely slipped my mind, right? Yi-Song, that's nice. Oh, 2-star. Mercer 2-star? No, LCCV Rodion. Sure. Cool. I'll take it. And then, bam. Honglu, cool. We got some shards, that's nice. Rodion shards, she might get something one day, right? Nothing, you know, in the immediate future, but it happens. But yeah, that was my, run. That was just an excuse for me to ramble on about the 8th anniversary event. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!